So you have a topic you'd like us to talk about.
Okay, so I have this premise. Change one thing about these movies to make them better. And I have a list of options. You choose one and explain why you chose it.
We have to choose from the option?
If you have one that is obviously not there but should be.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Star Wars and what is it? Last Jedi?
As a matter of fact, the first one is about Star Wars.
Surprise!
However, it's not about The Last Jedi.
Okay.
The Star Wars prequels. Okay, choose one of these options that would have made them better. Hayden Christensen replaced by Leonardo DiCaprio. There is no Jar Jar Binks. George Lucas, not the director. Less about politics and more about a space adventure.
Number 4. For me, easily. Nothing excites people more than their favorite sci-fi action adventure movie than
Sitting in a council.
talking politics and trade regulations and negotiating for who thought that was a good idea, George? Who thought that was a good idea?
Now, he was going for the, how did this galactic empire come to be?
Yeah, but it was too much of the movie.
Even the first one?
Yeah, even the first one. It was still based around the Trade Federation and we're blockading the area and everything, and they can't escape and everything. But when they get on a ship, they just fly away. There's no blockade. There's nothing there. It was not conducive to a whole good story to begin with. Everyone was confused with Queen Amidala, and now she's the ambassador at one point for Naboo. You know, she's an elected politician, but she's queen. Do they elect their queens in Naboo? What was the whole... to this day, no one knows. No one knows if being an ambassador is higher than being the queen. They don't know.
However, I will say, it was scratch the addition of midichlorians.
Yeah, the midichlorians.
Okay, that is actually one that's not on here. I think it's big enough to add it to this.
Yeah.
Well, the whole change of everything in that movie from the original series, right? Everything had to be bigger.
No. You already chose one. Okay.
No.
Now tell me why the midichlorian thing is so important.
Because it changed the entire what the Force is and how the Force works.
Yeah.
And it changed all of that. Mm-hmm. Now it's basically a rite of passage. You have to be born into being a Jedi. It's not something that you can pick up and become
through
belief and faith and hard work and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's bugs.
It's the monarchy.
Okay.
Right? So
obviously I agree with all of these things, but as much as I want to like Hayden Christensen, I think he was very weak casting.
Well, I've seen him in 2 other movies, and I didn't like him in either one. So I hate to say it, but I just don't think he's a good actor.
Now, Leonardo DiCaprio, I like him in everything I've seen.
But would they have directed him the same way?
I don't know, but just being Leo, I think, would have made it so much better.
Yeah, I don't see...
Or somebody better, even if it wasn't Leo.
I just don't see Leo as a young Jedi.
Maybe not now, but maybe...
I just
the age that he was then.
All his acting that I ever watch him in, I don't picture him as the Jedi kind of character.
You know who would have been really good? I mean, obviously timing would have been off, but Christian Slater, in his young days, plugged in there.
A lot of people are saying Heath Ledger.
Or Heath Ledger, yeah, could have done it.
Okay. Number 2, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which was the last Indiana Jones movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Last one ever.
Option 1, make the female partner his daughter, who he's passing the torch to. Have Chris Pratt play Indy instead of Harrison Ford. Don't make Indy a sad old has-been.
Which is the same as option 2.
Short Round should have been a main character.
No. He was always a sidekick.
No, but Short Round was part of the series, and people would have liked to see him in there.
Short Round should have been the female lead character.
That would go along with today's agenda.
Yeah, no. Like, he should have been the one coming
pass the
back
torch
to Indy.
Right.
He should have been the one to inspire him. Indy, I'm in trouble. I'm fine. We're looking for this. We need help. Can you help me? That would have been amazing. He came off an Oscar win, and they could have had him. It would have matched the story. It would have perfected the story.
Not to hand it off to him, but
be part of the story.
yeah, to be the secondary character kind of thing.
Instead, they're bringing back the bus driver. They're bringing in, just bring back the main character from one of their biggest hits, Indiana Jones 3.
Okay, but wait. Is this your answer?
Yes.
Okay.
He should have absolutely been the character. Like, the script should have been written around that story. People would have flocked back to it, especially after him coming off, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Oscar win. I mean, having her there that nobody liked the character. Her character was annoying, and you had the perfect character set up for somebody to return to Indy's life.
You?
Chris Pratt should have played Indy. And they could have started with Harrison Ford and then did a jump back in time, and the young Harrison Ford, or the young Indy was Chris Pratt, and just taking it from there.
I think they didn't even have to... My answer is the same. They didn't even have to allude to Harrison Ford being Indy. They didn't have to allude to a reboot. They just should have made an Indiana Jones movie with Chris Pratt as Indy. Mm-hmm. Just don't say anything. Just swap out the actor.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Because Chris Pratt is big enough and charismatic enough to do it.
Yep. And he fits that energy.
I think so.
So
now, put him in the exact role that Indy had to do with her as the character. Is it a good movie?
No.
And this story?
No, the movie was not good.
Well, that's what I mean.
But you can only have this story with an old Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
so
but
you couldn't have it with Chris Pratt.
No, but if you swapped it out with Short Round, you could still have that story.
Yes, yeah.
Right? So if they had to make that story, that was the script they were going with, putting him in might have saved the movie. You wouldn't have people hating him. Right? People hated her. Mm-hmm. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, people hated in this role.
You said the name right.
That's weird.
I have to. The woke police would be on my butt if I didn't.
Number 3. The Jurassic World franchise. Speaking of Chris Pratt. A. Give Chris Pratt a personality. B. The last movie should have been a horror as dinosaurs were infiltrating society. C. They don't just bring back dinosaurs, they start splicing their DNA with animal and human DNA. D. Could have gone smaller as the experiment fails and they try to save the last dinosaur from perishing.
B.
What would B again?
Horror movie.
Okay.
Like they've gotten loose. Okay, stop keeping them contained when they're supposed to be loose. That's the whole thing about these Jurassic movies. Oh no, dinosaurs are on the loose! On this island that they're not going to escape from.
It's not in the town or in the city.
So, let them loose. And let's see how humans figure it out.
It becomes more of an Aliens movie.
Yeah.
I'm in the same way. People wanted to see, for the third movie, now that they've escaped, into the... Now, 30 dinosaurs escaped in number 2? And somehow repopulated the Earth by movie number 3? But instead, they went to this experimental thing. The biggest threat in Jurassic World 3 were bugs. The locusts. That was the all-terrifying thing that was going on in Jurassic World 3. And then they go to the island, and it was all about, hey, look at the old cast we're bringing back. Hey, Malcolm's back. Hey. No, it should have been, oh my God, there's T-Rexes, there's raptors going around, there's dinosaurs that they're mutating into new dinosaurs that we don't even know about. They're
Like raptors in New York.
They're not assimilating with horses and running around with them. They are preying on our animals now and our people, and we have to be on guard everywhere we go for dinosaurs. That should have been how it is. Instead, they just fluff movie.
I agree, but I think the biggest weakness of the franchise was Chris Pratt is such a good, charismatic actor, and this was the extent of his charisma for his character.
Oh yeah.
That's the only thing that he did in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, why?
When he does that, all the dinosaurs just stop.
You're not.
Hey, it's Chris.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything special. Like, he wasn't awesome.
Yeah.
When he could have been.
Hey, in number 2, when they attacked the guards, this dinosaur wrangler took out like 9 guys on his own as a fighting guy. All of a sudden, he was Mr. Karate Kung Fu guy. What? Where'd that come from? You know? Yeah, but no, they definitely made a fluff third movie as opposed to what it should have been.
Okay, we're at 13 minutes and I have 2 more.
So yeah, what would you have changed in those movies? Because they turned out to be not great. Some of them made money. Jurassic World 3 made a lot of money. Star Wars made a lot of money. But nobody to this day is saying they were great movies. Doop, 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 doop.